Booktube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the Do I Have That book tag. I was actually tagged by Sean the Book Maniac a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago by now. And I've delayed doing this tag because I thought I needed to have my bookshelves set up before I do it. But then I rewatched his video and I realized that he never showed us his book. Well, that's not true. He did show us his bookshelves. But you don't have to be standing in front of a bookshelf to do this tag. I mean, okay, so I moved a few months ago and my bookshelves are still not set up. So I have book stacks and book towers on the floor, which I'm not going to be able to go through them to do a timed tag and really do my best at it. So maybe what I'll do is do this again when I've had my bookshelves set up. But I also have a lot of books just lying around, books that I've read recently, books that I have on my TBR shelf, well, my TBR pile, books that I got from the library. I have lots of books lying around that I could use to do this tag, maybe. So I decided I'm gonna do a version of this tag today, and maybe after my bookshelves are set up and I've done my fancy bookshelf tours and all of that, maybe I'll revisit this tag. But for now, today we're doing the Do I Have That book tag. There's a list of prompts, list of categories of books, and you need to time yourself seeing how long it takes you to find that book. And I'm gonna do it. This tag was originated by Keeping Tabs, and I'm gonna link the original video in the description box down below, along with Sean the Book Maniac's version and the person that he saw doing it, so to keep it going. And before I forget, because I always forget at the end of tag videos to tag people, I'm gonna tag some people. I'm tagging Beautifully Bookish Bethany because I don't know if I've ever tagged you, Bethany. I'm also gonna tag Krista from Books and Jams and Doris from Aldi Books. One more. I'm also going to tag Alba from Seriela. I think I'd love to see these four ladies do the Do I Have That book tag. And forgive me if you've been tagged already. I love watching these channels, but I don't think that I could say that I've watched all their videos and remember every video that they've done recently. So if you've been tagged already, forgive me, but just do it again, will you? See if you can beat your previous time. So here we go for the Do I Have That book tag, the using my books that are just lying around my room version. Stay tuned. These are some of the books that I have just lying around. I kind of tied it up for your benefit because you don't want to see the mess. So these are some of the books that I've been holding around in the room, just waiting to do a video, or some of the books that I'm reading right now. So I'm reading the Toni Morrison book as well as the Gandhi book. You know, those are two of my current reads this month. And some of these are books that I've already read recently and they need to go back to the library. And some of these are books that, yeah, there are a lot of books hanging around. So we're gonna get this started. I'm gonna use my iPad to do the timer. So get a stopwatch going. These are 20 challenges, and I haven't looked back at them in a while, so let's see if we can get it done. Challenge number one is easy. I feel like I should look for something else. The first one is a book. Do you have a book with deckled edges? Oh, I didn't start the challenge. Okay, starting the timer now, which means that the book that I thought about, I'm not going to use. Challenge number one, do you have a book with deckled edges? Yes, this has deckled edges. This is a Toni Morrison. Yes, this has deckled edges. This is the Gandhi, but they're right here, so I'm not going to use those. I'm going to look for something else. What other book do I have here that has deckled edges? Okay, here we go. The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy has deckled edges. How do I show that to you? Okay, that's it. God of Small Things. Do you have a book with 3 or more people on the cover? Absolutely. The Known World by Edward P. Jones. This has 3 people in a buggy. Question number 3. Do you have a book based on another fictional story? Do I have a book that is based on another fictional story? So like a retelling of something? Let me think. I'm going to pass on that one for now. Let's think about it. Do you have a book with a title 10 letters long? What? 10 letters long. 10 letters long. Siddhartha. The Siddhartha has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes! Siddhartha has 10 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Absolutely. Challenge number 5. Do you have a book with a title that starts and ends with the same letter? Yes! Okay, so this is challenge number 3. Do you have a book that is based on another fictional story? This book is kind of a retelling of Groundhog Day, as well as Pretty in Pink, the movie. So yep, met that challenge. Look at me. Now we're back to a book that the title starts and ends with the same letter. Yes. The Buried Giant by Kazuo Ishiguro starts with T, ends with T. Yay! Okay, challenge number 6. Do you have a Mass Market Paperback book? I think this is a Mass Market Paperback. Isn't it? It says $5.99. I mean, I have other Mass Market Paperbacks, but they're not in this room. That's not true. My husband's book, Clive Cussler. Yes, this is definitely a Mass Market Paperback. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, love it. I'm actually reading my first Clive Cussler book right now, but I can't spend too much time talking about that. Challenge number 7. Do you have a book written by an author using a pen name? An author using a pen name. Who do I know? I mean, I could think of J.K. Rowling, which I have one of her books downstairs, but not here. If I can't find one, I'll have to go downstairs. And then number 8, do you have a book with a character's name in the title? Yeah, Siddhartha, but we're not going to use that one. Character's name. The Autobiography of Malcolm X, but yeah, also not going to use that one. Black Leopard, Red Wolf. Leopard is a character in the book, but I think I can't use that because that's not necessarily his character, is it? Yeah. Jacqueline Woodson after Tupac and Dee Foster. Dee Foster is one of the main characters. Well, she's one of the characters in this book. Whether or not she's the main character, I'm not sure. And we're at 6 minutes and 56 seconds. So I'm not gonna meet that 8-minute goal, but that's okay. Challenge number 9. Do you have a book with 2 maps in it? 2 maps. I feel like The Buried Giant has maps. I feel like it had maps when I read it, but I didn't read this version. I read a hardcover version from the library, so maybe not. But Black Leopard, Red Wolf has maps, and I'm using my new version, which I also had the arc. And this has a map in the front, but it only has 1 map. Does it only have 1 map? Marlon James, why did you do that? Oh no, there are more maps. There's another map inside. I haven't read this version. I read the arc, and so this is another map. As to whether or not it can only have 2 maps, exactly 2 maps, I don't know, but I'm gonna choose to believe that it can have at least 2 maps. Because that has definitely more than 2. Challenge 10. Do you have a book that was turned into a TV show? A book that was turned into a TV show. So not a movie, but a TV show. Let me think now. I have Leanne Moriarty's book, which I know was turned into a TV show, Big Little Lies, but I don't have that here either. No, I'm gonna move on. Challenge number 11. Challenge number 11. Do you have a book written by someone who's originally famous for something else? Yes. The March books, which I got from the library. What happened to my voice just now? These are graphic memoirs of John Lewis. He's well known as being a civil rights activist and a current congressman. He's 78 years old and he's still in political office. Challenge number 12. Do you have a book with a clock on the cover? Yes. Pretty in Punxsutawney has a clock right there. Yay. Challenge number 13. Do you have a poetry book? Not here. Okay, no. Not right now. Challenge number 13. No, challenge number 14. Do you have a book with an award stamp on it? Actually, yes, but since I use this, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use this one. This is Laurie Halse Anderson's Chains. This was a National Book Award finalist. Challenge number 15. Do you have a book written by an author with the same initials as you? Absolutely not. I think I have looked for this before. I could not find a book that had the initials KW, which are my initials. But now that I'm married, maybe I could find one that has KB, which would be really easy if these books were in alphabetical order by author, which they're not. No, I don't. Not right now. Let's see if we can find one when we go downstairs. Challenge number 16. Do you have a book of short stories here? Do I have a book of short stories here? Of course I do. Days of Awe by Am Holmes is a collection of short stories. Challenge number 17. Do you have a book that is between 500 and 510 pages long? This arc that I got recently is 520. 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton has 2 maps. 1 map and 1 map. Yay! I can't find a book that's exactly 500 to 510. One more place to look. 450. No. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Challenge number 18. Do you have a book that was turned into a movie? Autobiography of Malcolm X. And this book was also turned into a movie, Crazy Rich Asians. And now that I found it, it's 527 pages. Okay, that's cool. And we're at 16 minutes and counting. Do you have a graphic novel? Graphic novel? No. Graphic memoir? Yes. I have the March books, which I showed you earlier. And I also have Persepolis graphic memoir. And the Arab of the Future series graphic memoirs. Graphic novels? No. I'd have to look when I go downstairs. Do you have a book written by 2 or more authors? 2 or more authors? Well, actually, yes. The March books have 2 authors. John Lewis wrote this with someone else. Andrew Aiden. And I think Nate Powell is the illustrator. Is that how that worked? Yes, Nate Powell is the illustrator. So we could say that those were written by 2 people, but also we have to go downstairs and find a book that was written. Okay, let's pause this. We're at 17 minutes 57 seconds and counting. I'm gonna have to cut out some of this footage just so that the video itself doesn't go so long. So let's go downstairs. Let's go to where the book piles are and see if we can find these books that we didn't find earlier. So we're back. We're still at 17:57. So we're going to resume this, and we have all of these books that we're still looking for. When I was leaving the room, I found this book, and this is The Overstore by Richard Powers, and it has a little over 500 pages. It has 502 pages, and I have that next to the bed because I'm about to read it. So I forgot about that. So we could take this one off. These are my book stacks, books that are just waiting for a home. We're looking for a book by an author with a pen name, and a book that was turned into a TV show, and a poetry book. Isn't it Odyssey poems? Odyssey poetry book. That's done. Had to go to the bottom, but I found The Casual Vacancy by J.K. No, this is supposed to be by Robert Galbraith. Okay. Okay, that failed. Gosh. I might have given that book away. Alright, I'll think about it. What else I gotta find? A book that was turned into a TV show. I don't watch TV a lot these days. Okay, here we go. This is a pen name. We Need New Names by Violet Bulawayo. This is a Booker Prize contender, Booker Prize nominee a few years ago. This is not her real name. She made up that name based on, I think Bulawayo is from where she's from in Zimbabwe. Mansfield Park. Weren't the Jane Austen books turned into some kind of series? I'd like to say that they were. All right, let's think about this. I know there was an adaptation of Elena Ferrante Neapolitan novels. So maybe this. Me Before You by Jojo Moyes was turned into a movie. Okay, now I'm just stalling. I don't know. I don't know what TV shows are. I don't watch enough TV to be able to say. I'm sure that Jane Austen's books have been turned into TV series. I think Northanger Abbey, if I'm not mistaken, Northanger Abbey has a TV show. And I feel like Mansfield Park also had one, but I'm gonna say Northanger Abbey was turned into a TV show. A book that is based on another fictional story. Hagseed, Shakespeare's Tempest, is inspiration for Margaret Atwood's Hagseed. And so is Howard Jacobson's Shylock Is My Name. This is a retelling of Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. I'm at 25 minutes. That is completed. And a graphic novel I don't have, and a book written by an author with the same initials as you. Oh, okay, here we go. Kate Bollock, Spinster, Making a Life of One's Own. Kate Bollock, yeah, she has my new initials. And so we're gonna say challenge completed. It took me 27 minutes to complete this challenge of going through my book stacks and book piles and finding 20 books that met the prompts. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more. I post videos almost every day now. It's going to take me a little while to edit this down. I don't want this video to be 27 minutes plus long. So we're going to try to make this as compact as possible. Just let me know if you have the books to do this challenge. Or go to the bookstore and do this challenge. If I haven't tagged you and you want to do the video, consider yourself tagged. Tell them Karen Runwright sent you. So we'll talk in the comments, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.